PANAF ECHO, the African perspective.
Western geopolitics. The unseen crisis, Western countries' existential threat, population decline. While such issues as immigration and climate change have dominated global discourse, a real crisis is quietly unfolding in Western countries. As birth rates plummet and aging populations surge, the consequences for economies, cultures, and social structures are profound. This four-part video uncovers the overlooked existential threat of population decline and its far-reaching impact on Western geopolitical moves. Part 1. The Climate Change Agenda. Climate change is real. Throughout history, temperatures have always fluctuated. This is the reason why the term global warming was ditched in the 2000s, when it became harder and harder to back it up. Instead, blurring the lines with a term such as climate change is much more palatable because less able to be directly disproven. Dr. Richard Lindzen, a prestigious American scholar in the field of atmospheric physics, denounces climate alarmism. He made one key statement which can help to fully understand what will be discussed in this video. Quote, "All scientists are government employees, even when working for private companies, because ultimately research is very expensive and is always, in one way or another, funded by a government." End of quote. To this day, there is no tangible evidence that the current changes to the climate will lead to the apocalyptic events so often mentioned in the media. Scientists don't even truly understand what led to the last ice age, yet we are supposed to believe that their pessimistic predictions are tangible. On the other hand, when viewed from a political standpoint, the climate change agenda serves as an ongoing justification for increasing governmental influence over the economy. The redistribution of wealth grants unaccountable elites more authority, and all to the detriment of the weak and vulnerable. With that being said, spineless experts of the same breed as the ones that coerce the world into panic injections have been making predictions for decades about the climate, with most of them proven wrong so far. For example, in 1969, Paul Ehrlich warned that humanity could disappear in a cloud of blue steam within 20 years. Needless to say, that didn't happen. Then in 1970, it was predicted that air pollution could cause a new ice age by the 21st century. As time went on, the narrative shifted from cooling to global warming, with predictions of rising sea levels wiping out entire nations by the year 2000. Many of us remember Al Gore and his scary documentary called An Inconvenient Truth, released in 2006. Most of the claims made in the documentary have been proven wrong since. Yet somehow, the media and news organizations have continued to support the climate change narrative without holding those who made the predictions accountable. Did you know scientists don't even have a reliable method to measure sea levels? Between the old-school tide gauging and the new-school satellite imagery methods, there are no correlation in measurements, therefore too many factors leading to inaccurate readings. On the other hand, geologists know for a fact that in the past, when CO2 levels were as much as 1,300% higher than it is today, the global temperature was in fact much colder. Our leaders should be wiser to the fact that these so-called experts are paid to propagate a specific agenda, the preservation of the status quo. The West must remain at the top of the pyramid, while resource-rich countries must remain at their disposal for them to benefit from. As such, they deploy their latest weapons, campaigns of disinformation in the media and in schools backed up by heavily equipped NGOs to fund and manage the progress on the ground. End of Part 1.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more echoes of current affairs.